Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I have these maps here on my desk and I'm just going to start distressing them, and I thought I'd turn on the camera and show you how I make these maps look really old. But before I do that, I thought I would show you these are the tassels I made using the corks and paper clips. It was my tutorial on for last Sunday, and when I turned off the camera, I finished all the ones that I had started, and I ended up with 8 corks in no time at all, or 8 tassels, and so I was quite happy with my results. And I used up all of that glittery trim that I had, that one piece. So I thought I did pretty good with the 8 corks, and in no time at all it was done. So if you haven't seen the video, then you'll have to go and watch it because they're so easy to make. And yeah, that I just thought I'd show you. So to distress the maps, well, first of all, I printed these maps. I have a digital that I used, and I printed these maps on both sides of the paper. And the paper is just a yellow newsprint. I'm sure you can sort of see the yellowing in the paper. But you can print them. You can still print them on plain white copy paper, or if you have any packaging, or brown paper bags if you have. Just something that's not too fancy new, because we're going to make it distressed. And the first thing I do is my printer doesn't print to the edge, and even if it did print to the edge, I would still want a very rough looking edge. So I'm just going to tear the paper all around the outside. And yes, I'm going to make you sit and watch me do this. And it doesn't matter if I make some big gouges in there, or if the paper rips along the way, because it just adds to making it look even more aged. And yeah, I'm taking, you know, a little bit more than the actual yellow border, but that's okay too. And just going around, and some of the map I'll lose some of the map on the edge, but that's okay. Now most papers tear really nicely one way, and then the other way they tear up kind of choppy, which is in this case this way probably. Yeah. So you just have to be a little bit more careful. I'm working on my friendship books, and so I thought since I was doing the maps to put in these books, I would just take you along with me so you could see my process for aging this paper. And I use a method to age like old documents or invoices, any kind of paper that I want to make it look old that isn't really old. And I do have real documents that I use too, but these are fun to be able to create your own. So in no time at all, I have torn all of the yellow edge off, and so this is the one side of the map, and then I had printed on the other side as well. So I'm just going to take a waste board that I have sitting here. I usually use this as a glue holder, hot glue gun holder. And I'm taking my ink and ink pad, and I'm just lightly gonna catch the edges here. And I do it flat on the board. This way it doesn't rip the paper too much more. Although, like I said, we do want it ripped a little bit. And I don't worry that it's perfect or too much on one side, because it's aged paper. And it's old, and it's been in somebody's drawer or cupboard or in their wallet or purse for years, and subject to all kinds of elements and handling. So you want it to look exactly like that it's been used and abused. So that's the one side, so I'm just going to flip it over and do the other side. And some parts will be darker. I just inked my pad, so I'm trying to be careful not to get too much on here. But like I said, if it's got a little bit of a dark spot, it really doesn't matter. It just adds to the look. Now, if you look at my ink pad, I trim it down as it gets too worn out along the edges as a method of using it to the maximum. Okay, so now because this is newsprint, it is already a very lightweight and fragile type of paper, which is again why I use the board. You could use a piece of a magazine page or waste paper, whatever you have, just as a base underneath it to protect it so it doesn't tear too much more. But now that I've got it inked on both sides, it's already starting to look a little bit different, but I'm going to very gently wrinkle it up and press it a little bit. I don't want to tear it, so I want to be careful, but I want to wrinkle it up. And I'm going to open it up. Now, where I've wrinkled it, I'm just going to kind of make like little clustery bits like this. So you can see I've got just a little handful here. And I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm just going to run it across those pieces that are sticking up. Just clustered little bits. And then I take it over here. And wherever there's like the little peaks and points, and maybe one more over here. You don't want to do too much, but you do want it to look like it's been wrinkled and folded and refolded over and over again. So then when I open it up, you can see these little marks in here from where I've inked it. And it looks exactly how it might look as it was worn out. Now they're a little bit dark, but they will lighten up as we go along. So I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing on this side. I just kind of grab a little bit from where I've wrinkled it already and holding it in place. And it doesn't matter if it tears a little bit. I'm just going to make some stain marks on it. You could use there's lots of different interesting ink stamps that create this distressed look as well, but I like that this doesn't repeat exactly the same each time I use it, which is why, and again, I like to always be in control of the products that I'm using and my methods so that I'm not subject to having those extra stamps. Although I do have some, but I never seem to use them, so it just shows me that it's a total waste to have them. But some people like them, and but for myself, I don't use them, so this is the method I use. So again, I'm just going to flatten this out so you can see there's some ink marks on there that look perfectly natural and exactly the way it would be if it was stained and sitting folded up somewhere. And now I'm actually going to fold it. I'm going to fold it in 3. And then I'm going to fold it in 3 this way. As if somebody were folding this map and tucking it away every time they used it. And taking my ink again, I'm going to just wipe along the creases that I've folded. Because it's worn, it's been sitting in somebody's, like I said, in their pocket or in their wallet or in a trunk. And then I'm just going to open this up a little bit and do the other side of it. And then, before I even show it to you, I'm going to turn it around the other way and do exactly the same thing on this side. because this map is on both sides. Just folding it up the other way and doing the same thing on the other side. Catching all the edges of the creases and the folds as much as I can. Folding it that way. And then unfolding it and folding it the other way as well. So all of this takes time to do, and I've got, well, I've got actually 4 maps. I've done one already, but I just thought I would, when I realized that, oh, this is something I could show you how to do, I just started to do them up. So just to give you an idea, now I can unfold this, and I see that I've missed this line and these lines, so I'm going to just do those quickly. You could also go over it with a little bit of black or charcoal ink on top of that in spots to add even further darker lines, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. And even if you've inked it, you can also fold it off the fold and do the same thing and distress it again, because then it really does look like it's been refolded in many different ways. So you can see I'm doing this not so perfect. And we'll get one more in here. And now it looks more like an old treasure map, doesn't it? So that's how I do that style of distressing. I use the same methods for doing old documents and like sort of like French. Like here, I want another one. Here, I think French letters and stuff. Different digital prints that I print out that I think should look a little bit more aged than just nice and clean and put into a file. You can also take an emery board and or a nail file and scratch off some of the print if it's too bright. I also do on occasion just take my ink pad and I just lightly dust over top of it to change the color a little bit. And there it is. So if you take a look at this one, I think this one, no, it must be this one, and compare, here we go, compare before and after, you can see that there is a big difference in how it looks. So I hope this is helpful to you and that you will enjoy creating and distressing your own papers and documents. And I'm going to continue on and work by myself, but I just thought I would share that with you. That's it for now. Have yourself a very creative day and a creative week, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Bye for now.